What is going on, folks? Based on the popularity of my previous What Your Carry Gun brand says about you, did not expect that to be such a popular video, but since folks are enjoying it, had a number of comments asking, what about this brand? What about that brand? No love for this, no love for that. So we're back with a part two. So if you haven't watched the first one, I'll go ahead and put a card up there. Remember, this is all done in fun. These are jokes. Don't get butthurt. A lot of you guys were amused that I used that term, but don't be that guy. So, I think one that I heard a lot about was Berettas. If you carry a Beretta, you've probably got a poster of John McClane hanging somewhere in your house that you secretly just gaze longingly at. Maybe not secretly. I mean, it is 2020. You often fantasize about being the hero in hostage situations on Christmas Day. And Taurus PT92s, just the sight or mention of them will send you into a fit of rage that resembles an epileptic Helen Keller on bath salts. Seen a lot of stuff in Facebook groups recently about Bond arms, specifically the Derringers. So did a little perusing to see what type of individual carries something like this, and I came to a couple conclusions. Number one, I guess they're carrying a gun. You're prepared for literally two situations where you might need a handgun: snakes and rolling around wrestling in an entangled fight where you have to employ a gun, and you literally have two chances to make that situation better. What we can infer about somebody that carries a Bond arms Derringer is they have literally never looked at stats from a gunfight or any video footage of gunfights, and definitely have never trained. To my knowledge, any of my trainer friends that I've spoken to have never seen somebody show up to a course with a Bond arms Derringer, much less actually complete the course. So that's a safe assumption. Ruger. Ruger's a great brand for a lot of things, but if your carry gun is a Ruger, probably keep your carry permit next to your AARP card. You guys are going to probably, for their carry offerings, you just typically ignore the bad reviews and say, well, this worked for my granddad and my dad, and you just carry on down that narrow road and pretend like their carry offerings are built to the same standards of their rifles, which they're not. Sorry. Walther guys. I know Walthers have taken off in popularity, but for the most part, I think that a lot of you guys, you heard James Bond had one, that was what he carried, and unfortunately you were so just jacked up on PBR at the time that you didn't pay attention to what model he actually had, so you went with one of their modern offerings. You guys are kind of like BMW 3 Series owners. You think you've got some high-tech, super-duper German engineering, but you don't, and everybody else can get the same thing you've got. Kimbers. This is going to piss some people off. This is a all dang, no bang gun. It looks really good. If you're talking about a Jeep or an off-road vehicle, the phrase all lights, no lockers would apply. They look great. They're just lacking. You've got the break-in period right out of the gate, and they look good. I guess that's really all I can say. You're going to be the type of person that buys your guns based on looks and to impress other people with what you have. These would make a good barbecue gun, if you will. You've probably got the Kimber sticker that comes with them in the back glass of your shitbox car. Don't ask me how I know that. We're not going to talk about my 2013 Dart. Alright guys, that's part two of the What Your Carry Gun Says About You video. I think this one was a little bit more harsh, but it is still all joking. Again, I have carried literally all of these, with the exception of Bond arms, because I'm not an idiot. Seriously, guys, in this day and age, there's no reason to be carrying a Derringer, especially when they cost as much as a pretty decent defensive handgun, and the size really isn't that small, and you can't really shoot them accurately at any kind of range. So don't be a Derringer guy. Don't do that. We're going to try to do some weekly gun roast, caliber roast, whatever. This is going to be joking around for the most part, having a good time. If I make fun of your gun, your caliber, whatever, it's just your turn. Everybody's going to get a turn, I promise you. And I'm probably making fun of myself at some point during my firearms hobby experience. So don't take it too seriously. If I start getting a lot of guys in the comments that are just, need their safe space or whatever, you'll probably get hit with an okay boomer if you're old and stuff you to the side, and if you're young, I'm going to tell you to man the fuck up or get the hell out. We're going to try to have fun. That's really going to be the biggest thing with it. Don't ruin it. I was actually pleasantly surprised with the comments on the other video. Seemed like everybody kind of had their sense of humor hat on, had a good time. So we're going to keep doing that. Try to come up with something creative. If you guys have stuff that you want to see me roast, drop a comment and I'll do my best. You talk shit about CZs though, we'll have a problem. I'm just kidding. I'll bash CZs too. All right, guys, stay safe. Keep shooting. Carry what you want, as long as it's not a fucking Derringer. And I'll see you next time.